You're listening to Off the X Podcast with your hosts, Forrest Carvajal, Tyler Wells, and Matt Covington. Brought to you by Venku, Adventure Awaits, Pattern Pros, where simplicity meets results, Hunt Proof, the premier waterfowl mobile app, Migra, custom waterfowl ammunition, Rixie Outdoors, Wellens Land, Arkansas's leading real estate and development group, Retriever Fuel, a bark above treats, and Pond Creek Duck Calls. Call with confidence. And we're back, part two.
Tyler changed his hat.
Tyler changed his hat. If you're watching the video, I have not changed. I'm still drinking the same Ghost. Imagine that.
Still us.
I'm trying to
Still the
decide
same
if
three
I'm going
people.
to drink a Ghost and we're just going to we're going to raw dog tomorrow or what?
It's almost 10:30. We have to be at a hunt
2 hours,
2 hours
away.
away from here.
If I was
In the
y'all,
morning.
I'd just go when this is done. I'd be going.
I think I probably am.
Yeah, that's what I would be doing.
We'll see.
It's either be tired tonight or be tired in the morning.
You're going to be tired
We're
either
going to
way.
be tired both.
Yeah.
I'd rather drive tonight, I think.
Yeah. I think
We'll let you know by the time we finish
Yeah, we'll let
this,
you know on
what we
on
decide.
the season recap, because that's probably what will be after this episode, the season recap.
Yeah.
The way we're going, we may record again in March.
By,
No,
by then, somebody have a turkey killed.
We'll get back on schedule. For
We
sure
have a
after
waterfowl
next season.
podcast, and this is the second time we've
Well,
gotten
that makes
together.
sense because we've been waterfowl
We've been
hunting.
waterfowl hunting. Yes, we have.
We've been busy waterfowl hunting.
And hunting water.
Yeah, well, that's been harder to find than the ducks almost. Yeah, so let's kind of pick up where we left off. We're talking a little bit about my guiding, and then I've absolutely enjoyed it. But I want to talk about my dog real quick, because he has gone through. I don't know. I haven't tallied it up, but just this year alone, he's hunted out of a Momar stand in the cattails, in the absolute muddy muck. He's hunted on a main river channel. He's hunted on river backwaters. He's hunted in flooded timber. He's hunted in minnow ponds. He's hunted in rice fields in 2 different kinds of pits. He's hunted he's hunted geese. He's hunted dry fields in not a dog stand, just in the hay where he had to lay down. He's hunted laying in the same lay down blind as me. And last weekend we hunted at a pretty nice duck club, and he had to do, in my opinion, the hardest thing that he's had to do so far, which is, it was this big blind. Did I send you all a video of the blind that we were in? Okay, I'll have to show you all that because it's wild. So you've got, you pull up behind it in a boat, then you get out, and then the door goes to one of the crow's nests, and it's up a few steps. Crow's nest is up here. It's where the caller sits, and then right below it is the dog box. So he's in there by himself. Like, he can't see you above him, and he can't see the shooters next to him. And then he's got a little walkway out in front of him that he cannot get on or he's exposed. So he has to sit literally at the door to watch, and he can't move from there. Like, I was like, this is going to be,
This is a lot.
it was a lot. Like, this is going to be a lot. Thankfully, it was just me and my buddy Chris on that hunt. So Chris was in the other crow's nest, but it was like, we're not messing up any of the other members other than Chris. Like, if Owen has trouble with this. And it took him a minute. Like, he was like, why am I getting down here? Why are you up there? It took him a few seconds. And I was like, all right, place, stay, just stay. And he's looking at me like, he's confused. He didn't get it.
You stay too. Where you
I
going?
was like, where are you going?
I like to keep
can't-
an eye on you.
I can't see you.
Yeah.
He's done a blind similar to that where he has to sit and look out, but he was next to me. He could see me. That's the way we hunt in DeWitt. So I just get on your spot. And he walks over there and he just sits and looks out. But this one was different. Like, he had to be there by himself, and it was hard for him at first, but that was a fun hunt. So I'm just going to dive right into that one because that was a special hunt. Me and Chris have been trying to get a time lined up for me to go hunt at his place, and we finally got it lined up. And I told Leah ahead of time, like, from this club, if I shoot a greenhead and Owen picks it up, that's probably the one I'm going to mount. Like, if that happens, that's the one I'm going to mount. And it was a few days before I went there that I get a text from him, and it's a video, a drone footage. He says, I found something for you on the sanctuary. It was a black duck. You got to be kidding me.
Freaking black duck.
Freaking black duck.
Black
dude.
duck. So I'm like, in my head, I'm like, not going to happen, but it would be cool. It would be cool. Like, there's at least one in the area.
Yeah.
So we get there. I get there, and the first day, we just, get acclimated to the place. The place is freaking otherworldly, incredible. And it's like, okay, the last hour to 30 minutes, everybody goes to their new sanctuary and to just watch and see what happens. And Chris takes his drone, and we get out there, and he's flying the drone. And for some reason that day, the ducks picked up from the sanctuary and flew to like what they call the bottoms, which is right next to it, but it's still sanctuary. But it's not moist soil. It's just a different place. But it was like, that was interesting. They said like they've never really done that. And I don't think we saw the black duck that day. It was the next day that we were out there looking, and we found the black duck again, and he was sitting out there. But we hunted the first day, got to hunt with Dr. Mike Schumer. Might talk about him later. He does the Foul Weather podcast. If you actually want to learn science about ducks, don't listen to the funny pages on Facebook. Don't listen to anybody on there. Don't listen to some of these other podcasts. Just go listen to the Foul Weather podcast. That's where you need to get information from.
Yeah.
Somebody that teaches it and has dedicated their lives to it. Listen to him. Facebook is not where you get information. Anyhow, the second day, though, is when we got to hunt one of these blinds. And I was like, okay, the first day we killed 7 teal and a greenhead. I didn't shoot the greenhead. Owen did pick it up, but it wasn't on their actual property. It was on a different property. But so it's like, it wasn't quite right. I
Wasn't that
saved
special?
it. I had it with me, and Chris was like, dude, don't save that bird. I was like, I don't know if we're going to get one tomorrow. And he was like, well, then come back next year. Just don't save that bird. It's like, okay, fine. So the next day, we go to one of their places, and, I told you about getting in the blind and getting it all set up, and like Owen, like we get him figured out and getting everything settled. And, since it's private, it's like we got there, with, in my world, no time to spare.
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there, and
It
all of a
feels
sudden,
like that in our world too.
all of a sudden we've got 4 ducks that start circling. So Chris starts calling, I start calling, and they just drop right in. And Chris is like, let's get him. I'm like, wait. And he's like, what are we waiting on? I was like, I don't think it's shoot time yet. And I was like, what time is it? I was like, 6:39. He goes, we can shoot at 6:40, right? I said, I think it's 6:42. And it's like me being a rule follower. Like, I'm going to go like at 6:42. So I'm like, I'm looking, and they're like sitting there, and one of the hens is out there just talking. So it's great, especially for me and Chris. Chris is a call maker, Beckman Game Calls, and like 2 callers, like we're just sitting there just listening, like geeking out over this mallard hen just
The
calling.
other guys are thinking, I'm going to shoot her.
Well, there wasn't anybody with us. Thank God, or they probably would have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we still got 3 minutes. He was like, you're kidding. I'm like, no,
That's
we
an
got 3
eternity.
minutes.
That is a long time
Listen,
with ducks
yeah.
sitting on the water.
I was like, in my head, I'm like, there's no way these ducks sit there for 3 minutes. There's no way. And I'm sitting there, and 1 minute goes by. They're still sitting there. 2 minutes goes by. Still calling. And I'm like, we're about to have another group fall in here. She keeps talking. That's in my head, that's what's about to happen. And I'm watching Chris. Is like, what time is it? And I'm like, we got 30 seconds. He's like, you see that Drake, right? And I'm like, oh, I got him. I see him. And he's just sitting out there. Now, I've got my 20 with me, and it looks like this duck is like 35, 40. He's not close. He's out there. And I'm like, all right, I'm about to shoot. I said, you just back me up, because I'm like, I'm probably not going to kill him on the first shot. If he starts squirreling around, running on the water, we got to kill him so Owen can go get him. Boom. And I'm talking about that duck, deader than a doornail. Just boom, his head just fell over, just dropped. And I was like, sweet, like, he's dead. And this hen jumps up, Chris, whop, smokes her. And I'm like, all right, well, we got 2. Well, actually, no, that's not what happened. I shot that one, and we're celebrating about it. And I said, Owen. And he jumps in the water, and he's beelining it straight for it. Then the hen jumps up. One of the hens jumps up. I don't know where the other 2 went. Boom, Chris shoots her. Owen sees her fall. So now he's swimming to her. And I'm like, well, dang, you done screwed up now. And he's like, well, why? I said, I don't know that I'm going to be able to make him go after that other one, because the wind's blowing it, and it's moving over to the left. So, like, our mark is not where it was. So Owen picks up this hen, and he comes back. and it's pure swimming water. Like even when he gets to back to the ramp, like he has
Swims
to
up
he has
on
to
the
crawl up the ramp.
Yeah.
And he came back sideways to the ramp, and I'm trying to get him up. I was like, no, he finally gets up there, and I'm like, okay, give me the hen. Like, here's your nasty brown duck. And like, he's looking at me like he knows there's another one out there. And I'm like, Owen, but he's used to me getting next to him and lining him up.
Yeah.
So it's like, I can't do that where he's at. I'm just like, get in the water. Like, back, go, Owen. Like, trying to get him to go. And he's looking at me, and he's kind of like confused. And I have to calm myself down. I'm like, whew, dead bird. Owen. Goes off. I'm like, okay, sweet. So now I've got to hustle back into the crow's nest to whistle at him so he knows where to go, because he's going where it was, not where it's at. So I have to whistle at him, and I'm like, I don't know if he can see me or not, because I'm way up here. I'm short. It's dark. And I'm like, over. And he goes kind of backing over. So I whistle again, try to get his attention again. He looks at me, and I'm like, over. And he goes over this time. I'm like, whew, thank God. He's going straight at it, and he picks it up. And like in this moment, I'm like, that's it. He did it.
Trip success.
then I'm afterwards, I'm thinking about it. And I'm telling Chris, I'm like, how could that have been any more like meant to be? These ducks come in at shooting time. We haven't been seeing that. They haven't been seeing that. He's like when I shoot him on the water, he's out there, but he's literally like facing me, because that's the only way I kill him stone dead. Is everything is facing me, to where I can get body, head, and neck in the shot. Kill him stone dead. Owen has to do all this stuff to get this bird, and then brings it back. And in my head, I'm like, this bird is banded. I'm like, I'm going skinny dipping right now if this bird is banded. And he brought it back. Oh, it wasn't banded. It wasn't banded. That
I was waiting for you to pull your phone out.
It wasn't banded. It wasn't banded. But then, like later in the day, I was looking at it, because he was shot on the water. He was perfect. Like there's no feathers out of place. Like he's meant to be on the wall, one of those type things. I was like, dude, that's so freaking cool. And then me and Chris were joking, and Chris was like, I was almost 100% sure like my hen was going to be banded. It was like, I felt like with some of the stuff that happens to you, I was like, I bet the hen's going to be banded and not the drake.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought about that too, and I was going to be pissed. But we killed those at shooting light, literally at shooting light. Like I'm watching my phone next to my gun, 642, bang, And we did not fire a shot. We had 2 ducks, and we did not fire a shot again until I think it was 11 o'clock, where we had 3 ducks come in, and we killed all 3 of those.
Jeez.
It was just, dude, they weren't there, man. They just weren't there. But I'll show y'all the blind here in a minute that we were hunting out of. It's the sight looking out was so beautiful. Like it was the coolest setup. And they put this blind in such a perfect spot. Like at first when I saw it, I was like, there's no way that this is going to work with the wind. But the angle that these ducks, the only angle they had to come in with that wind was like 15 or 20 yards off my left shoulder. Like when they had to come across, they had to be right freaking there. It was perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool. So yes, I've got a duck finally to put on the wall. It's in the freezer.
That's a couple years in the making, isn't it?
Yeah. It is. It really is. And there was a few other retrieves that Owen did this year that were close. But they weren't like, I didn't kill the bird, So I'm not going to take a client's bird and say, you know what, Owen made a good retrieve, so I'm taking your bird from you. But
so could anything happen from this point to the end to make you mount another one and not this one?
Well, I could kill a black duck.
Or would it be, or would you put 2 on the wall
And.
at this point?
Not or.
Huh?
I said, would it be an and or not or?
I don't know what you mean.
Like-
I'm lost.
Like, would you mount
2 or just-
Like if you
Would I
shot a
mount
black
2?
duck, would you shoot this mallet?
Would I mount both?
This
Yes.
mallard
Yeah,
and the
this
black duck?
mallard is going on the wall for sure.
Okay.
For sure, because of where it came from.
Yeah.
Like just the history of this place. Like it's going on the wall. And if I kill a black duck somewhere, or if I kill a big sprig pintail, something like that, would have possibility of going on the wall too. Which I've actually killed. I don't know. Let me look.
Talk about everything that you've seen this year.
Well, since we're talking species, and we
Yeah.
brought that up before this, excuse me, I have killed 19 different species of birds this year.
Wow.
19. So if you want to list,
It would take me a while to name 19.
yeah, if you want to list, well, I haven't killed.
Right.
I've either
Yeah, you've
killed or
seen them
watched.
killed, yeah.
Yes. So, and that counts geese too. So mallard, pintail, widgeon, gadwall, wood duck, canvasback, shoveler, greater scaup, lesser scaup, ruddy duck, bufflehead, ringneck, hooded merganser, green-winged teal, blue-winged teal, snow goose, speckle belly, Ross goose, blue goose.
A can.
And
We killed 2 of them same day.
Wow.
The real field outside that day was 1. Was 1. And had Owen picked up one of those, I might have wanted to mount one of those.
Yeah.
I might have asked for it, but it was, like I said, the real field that day was 1. And we had a client that had his dog, and he was like, "You mind if I run my dog?" And I was like, "Well, of course, whatever, that's fine." But we joined another group. So the other guide was Drew, and me. He had 3 clients, and I had 2 clients. Well, since I had Owen was on my side of the blind with me, and my client, his dog Jet, they had to be on the other side of the blind. So it's like Drew was next. Drew was on the other side, so he could call. So he was over there with my clients, and I was with his clients. It was a cluster type thing, And we were hunting the fish ponds because that's the only deep water we had.
The only
Everything
thing that
else
was
was
open.
frozen.
Yeah.
It was the only thing that was open.
When was that?
And this was actually pretty early. It might have actually been that first weekend. If you give me just a
Not
second.
opening weekend, but the weekend after.
No, I think it was that same weekend. Let's see.
Of the second split?
1, 2.
I was gonna say I know it wasn't
I
opening
think it
day
was-
because
I think
opening
it was
day I
the
was with
14th.
mosquitoes.
Yeah, it was it was December 14th.
Yeah.
December 14th. And anyhow, the first bird that came in, we shot it, and it was out there, but it was on their side. So I said, "Hey, why don't you send Jet?" Because in my head, I'm like, if he can go pick this bird up, Owen doesn't have to get wet today. It's like, if he can go get this one, we're good. And he lined his dog up, sent him. That dog went straight to that bird and brought it back. And I looked at Owen and I said, "You might as well just sit there, bud." Because I was like, I mean, I don't know how much this guy's going to get to hunt. He may only get to hunt this weekend and maybe not again. Owen's got the rest of duck season left, So it's like, whatever we kill until you don't want to send your dog, just let him go. And then I think we killed 1 or 2 ducks. And then this canvasback comes and I see it. And I'm like, that's a can. And he swings over the top of our heads, swings out from my back left shoulder, and he turns. He's coming straight at us. And I'm like, we're about to shoot this duck. And I'm waiting. And I call the shot, shoot him. And he had gotten down eye level. And it was one of the greatest things. When I said shoot him, this duck was at 20, 25 yards, eye level. And it was like he saw us at the same time. And it was like he threw on the brakes and you could hear it in his head. Oh, just like he was done. And
Did he turn?
no, he didn't
skyward?
have time, dude.
Oh,
He
they
didn't-
smoked him, huh?
He had time to just go like this, and his eyes got big, and pow, he got pounded. And that duck hit the front of the blind.
Wow.
Right in front of his dog. And I was like, you might as well send your dog on that one. So I was like, he's just right there.
He guys get his paws wet on this
Dude,
one.
yeah. But it was just a single. And I said we killed a pair.
Yeah.
So it was like, it was a drake. And it wasn't 30, 45 minutes later, here comes a single hen. And we killed the hen. And I think he's mounting both of them. Like, well, I mean, that was pretty cool. Your 1-year-old dog picked up both of these canvasbacks like that. That's a pretty legit mount right there.
For sure.
So yeah, that was cool. The widgeons, I've killed a few widgeons, but had a guy, his name was Hunter, and his dog, I think his dog's name was Sadie. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but I think his dog's name was Sadie, a little chocolate lab. And we were hunting, and the first 2 ducks that came in was 2 widgeons, and it was still kind of icy where we were at. Boom, boom, they killed them both. And, I was like, there's 2 of them. Owen goes and picks one up, and I think he brought the hen back. So I was like, perfect. Their dog can go get the Drake widgeon. Heck yeah. So she got to go out there, and she picked up that widgeon, and then she picked up a greenhead, and I got a really good picture of her picking up the greenhead. And I was like, awesome, because I sent it back to him. Then I got another picture of her and him in the blind when it was slow. And it's through the blind, and he's kind of looking down, and his dog has fallen asleep on his knee, and you can see it in the picture. And I'm like, dude, I wish I had a camera like Matt, because it would have been a really, really good picture with a good camera, or somebody with Matt's skills. But I was
just the
still
camera.
I was still really
just the
proud of the
camera.
picture. So I sent him both of those. I was like, I'm pretty proud of these. If you don't like them, that's fine. But I'm like, I'm pretty proud of these 2 pictures. And then I think later they were both like his Facebook stuff, and I was like, yes,
Yeah.
you know, I was like, sweet. But like on the last episode when I was talking about getting to see people get joy out of duck hunting and see new things and have new things happen. Like, I mean, we've all 3 had duck dogs. What's better than watching your dog do their job?
Nothing.
Pretty much nothing. Like it's above calling ducks in for me too. Like I would much rather watch my dog go pick something up than me
Yep.
call a group of ducks in.
Yep. Make a good mark. Take a good line.
Yes.
Just-
And
yeah.
I mean, it's just better. It's just better.
Yeah.
And getting to see that stuff was really cool. Now, I haven't had a bad dog yet. There are, I've heard stories of people's dogs that won't go fetch
I was
stuff.
saying, what would you call that other dog you had?
No, I mean, I'm talking
I
about
got you
clients.
now.
I'm talking about a client that brings their
Yeah,
dog.
you haven't had
that-
another bad dog in the blind.
that,
Okay.
like, you send them and then they're just like,
Bro.
they do Hank stuff.
What if somebody shows up and you're like, man, that blanket looks familiar,
Oh, it
and they
looks
say,
like
this is
Hank.
my boy Hank.
He's gonna come piss on your leg.
He'd come hump Owen to death. That's what he would do. Gosh,
He said,
dang.
boy, I've been missing Owen.
Owen would be like, I'm bigger now, buddy. We don't do that here.
I've been waiting
gosh.
on this one.
Well, let me give one more Owen story, and then I want to go back to you guys and what y'all been doing. So the first like high number hunt that we had had some guys from Northwest Arkansas, and actually, one of the sons and fathers went on the last Delta thing that we did, the local one. that Kaylee was doing.
Yeah. I was
So I got them
Wait a
hooked up
minute,
with that
what?
because like I found out that they were like
The Canada guys?
this was like their first duck hunt was with me. And then it was
Wow.
actually the day before. So the second duck hunt was with me. But I found that out and like it was cool. We had a great hunt. I think we killed 18 birds that day. And then Greg messaged and said, "Hey, we need more people for this." And I was like, "They have to be over 16, right?" And he was 17. I was like, "Message these people." And then they had some issue that they couldn't do it, and then they finally got in, and they got to go, and I saw the pictures, and they were in it, and they killed a bunch of ducks and geese. I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. But that day, we had, I think the first thing we shot was a pair of snow geese, and it was really cool because it was something I learned. Like, I picked up on something. We had a group of low snow geese come over, and I have a snow goose modified call on my lanyard that I've played with. And I blow a spec call at these geese just because, like, that's the first thing I picked up. So I start spec calling at them, and there's some on the end of it, and they instantly went away from me. Like, as soon as they heard the spec call, they instantly went away. So I was just like, okay. I dropped it, and I picked up the snow call, and I just got after it real hard. And they turned back, and they came over. Like, they stopped
They
going
liked
where
it,
they were
huh?
going, came back, and came over us. And I said, "This is close enough. Shoot them suckers." And I think they killed one stone dead, and they winged one, and he went way out. And I was like, okay, we're about to see what Owen's made of. So I sent him, and he got the first one. And the second one was 2 levies over. And I was like, all right, let's see what you can do, buddy. Back. He went out. He got to almost to the first levy, and I'm out of the blind. Back. And I push him through it, and I'm like, there's a white, I can see the bird. It's just a white bird. I'm like, if I get him past this first levy,
Get up on
It's
top of the
done.
levee and see it.
yeah, and it's
before
not
he
even
dips
a
off the
high
other
levee.
side.
Like, I mean, it's just a little hump levee, but it's got grass on it. So it's above his head. He can't really see past it. But once he gets past that grass, like, it's over. He's gonna see it. And I watch him go over, and I can see like the ears hop up, and you can see like when he saw it.
See the speed pick up a little bit.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
And you couldn't really see it, but you could kind of see glimpses of the snow goose just running and flapping, and you could just see water splashing behind it. And it was just like, you couldn't actually hear it, but you could feel like you hear it flop as soon as he hit it, because it's just like water explodes. It's like he got that sucker. He got him, and he comes back, and I think I sent that video to my uncle and my cousin. It was a big snow goose. It looks like a freaking swan when he was bringing it back, dude. And I am this way now, but I'm just grinning ear to ear when he's bringing it back, because I'm like, there's no way that was any less than 250. Like, when I looked it up, it was over 250, and I'm like,
That's
I didn't
awesome.
have to leave the blind. All I had to do was get out and just push him back. Mm-hmm. And he's done that multiple times since then. Multiple times. And I'm just like, how many steps have you saved me in a freaking rice field? Because, I mean, I'm not getting all these geese feet down. Now, we shot one literally standing in the decoys, and we'll talk about that one later because I've taken up a lot of time. But, dude, he's had to go a long ways on a few. He hasn't had to go completely out of sight where I'm like, oh, I might have to go get him. I don't know where he went. I don't think I'll let him do that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, there's only been one bird, I think, that's gotten away from us, and that was my fault. It wasn't his. But yeah, this has been really good for him. Really, really good for him.
Are y'all hunting out a lot of pits?
Everything's a pit over there.
How does he handle being shut in like that?
He's fine with it. He's fine with being shut in. I leash him every time just because he's not perfect. He hasn't broke yet. He hasn't broke yet. Like, that's not one of his tendencies is to break. But it's kind of one of those things like no dog is perfect. And I have the ability to leash him, so I'm going to do it.
Too many people you don't know with shotguns.
Too many people that I told one group that I had to go do something. I can't remember what it was, but I had been with them. It might have been the college guys. And I said, okay, I've got to go do whatever it was. And I said, I've got 2 rules. If a duck comes in, y'all can shoot. But the number 1 rule is don't shoot my dog. Number 2, don't shoot each other. Like, that's the order. Like, I care about him more than y'all.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but I really do. It was mostly a joke, but not.
Right.
It's like, that's the rules. Like, he's leashed. Like, he's not going to get out. Like, don't send him. We'll work on it. We'll go get it when I get back. But, like, that's the rules. I don't think they had to shoot while I was gone or anything, but there's I'm sure, just like Ruby, there's so many freaking Owen stories that I can think of. But I want to hear more about y'all before I take up another 27 minutes.
You want to talk about the first that we took in the timber?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. You were talking about your, getting to see people experience their first. We took a couple of guys on a hunt that we did to give away at the expos.
The Delta Expo, right?
Yeah.
That's the reason why whenever you said the Delta guys, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, not
father, son.
They actually came from the Memphis show, the Ducks Unlimited.
Oh, the Ducks Unlimited.
Yeah, they signed up there.
So we got to take them. They'd never been in the timber before. They'd hunted like maybe some willows or something.
I think the son Jeb had, but Mr. Bo, that was his first time being in the timber.
So we took them in the woods, and they're just watching them. Like, you could tell, like, whenever that first group came in, put the brakes on, and we said, all right, kill them. Like, and they were good shots. I mean, I don't think they let anything get out. And they're just watching them kind of like take it in, because they're used to pit blind hunting and all that. We're like, hey, in the woods, you got to kind of steadily work your way around the tree as the sun's coming up, because again, it was a northwest wind that day, so the sun's coming up over here and you're getting hit by it. So, like, you got to stay in the shadows of the tree and work your way around. And the ducks kept trying to land on the side of them, so I started just slowly moving my way around, back away from them, calling and pulling birds around, and put a jerk string out right in front of them. We put some on the water within, 10, 15 steps from them, and I mean, you could tell they were getting fired up about it. And man, just getting to watch that first hunt in the timber and watch them light up about it, and like they talked about it all morning.
And I mean, Mr. Bo, he's, I would say, over 60. I don't know if he's not creeping up on 70 yet, but I mean, to be that late in life and experience that for the first time, it was just watching his eyes. It was like a little kid for the first time.
Special.
He ate it up.
Yeah. Dude, watching that
I mean,
stuff.
we had a great show of ducks before shooting light or right at shooting light. And he was like, that was worth it. Like, even if we don't fire a shot, that was worth the trip.
Yeah, we're spoiled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're way spoiled.
We
No,
are
dude,
big
so
time
spoiled.
spoiled. That's what I looked at Tyler and told him the other day when we were like, man, we're hunting these stale ducks and they're not working. And I mean, yeah, we've killed 9 so far, all mallards, but I'm like,
it was
spoiled.
just like, hey, and you're just like, golly, you should call them. They should put their feet on the water right here. I don't know why they're not doing it, because I'm giving them everything I've got. Same thing I've been giving them, and they've been doing that, but today they don't want to, and I'm pissy about it.
Oh Lord!
But we got where we were at hunting that day. You could look through the woods and you could see one of the rest fields out there.
Oh, nice.
And so you could watch that wave every now and then, just kind of up and down. And then, of course, all morning they were just trading back and forth. So even the ducks that weren't low enough or didn't really want to be messed with, like you were still steadily seeing ducks. So it was cool. And then they complimented my dog a few times on her, and I was like, I mean, I appreciate it, but I didn't feel like she was doing anything special this morning. You know
what I've had with my dog? Everybody asked for a picture with Owen. Nobody asked for a picture with me.
Yeah, they're like, we put Ruby in here.
I've had one person ask for me to be in the picture. Everybody else is like, hey, can Owen be in the picture? I'm like, of course Owen can be in the picture. You know what I mean?
I sent a group picture today of that hunt that your buddy Connor came on and Zach was there and everything. Yeah. They responded, Ruby looks way better than we do in this picture.
Yeah.
It's the dog, man. Everybody wants the picture with the dog.
Connor was texting his wife during that hunt, and he was like, I was told to take more pictures of Ruby.
I love it.
So he come over and he's sitting next to the dog stand, taking pictures of him. And Ruby's like, bro, we're out here hunting. We ain't got time to be doing this.
Yeah. I think it's funny how their attitude changes when they get out there, the dogs.
Oh, yeah.
I think Connor left with a closet full of Sitka gear, ordered it on the way, and I think a Benelli 20 gauge.
Dang.
Yeah.
He fell in love with it.
Dude, he was shooting that 20 really well.
Yeah.
Good.
Like,
there were no follow-up shots.
Pretty good shots. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Migra.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. Migra 2.4s.
Also been spoiled.
So,
What?
Sorry. I don't know if y'all remember this, but on the last, or 2 episodes ago, we talked about the first split, and I talked about that hunt where I couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Mm-hmm. I found out why.
What were you shooting?
I'm an idiot.
No bead?
I'm an idiot. No, I have a bead. So the other day I was like, I'm going to take my 20 because I'm sick of shooting the 12. I want to take the 20. But I was like, I need some more range. So I was like, well, let me put the Jebs back in there and just see what it does with the Migra.
You still had your turkey choke in?
No, I don't have I don't have a turkey choke.
Okay.
But I took the factory choke out and it was a full. I was shooting a full.
Basically.
Yeah, basically. And I was like, you idiot. Because I typically shoot an improved cylinder.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, what a freaking idiot. I've been shooting a full choke.
And that Migra pattern is tight.
Probably distorting that pattern now is what it was doing.
And you know what happened on the first duck that I shot at this weekend? Little teal. Oh, he was, it was pooped.
Yeah.
And when I shot and I saw that happen, I was like, thank God I got the improved cylinder. And I swung on another one. I was like, I felt like such an idiot. Oh my
I don't
gosh.
suck as bad as I thought I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, but it was also like, dude, I probably could have killed 6 that day.
Yeah.
Like 100% could have probably killed 6 that day.
Oh, Matt made a shot the other morning that I was like, oh, that was a good one. A bird dipped in the hole. The rest of the group didn't finish. Like kill it, and he spun around and shot it, and I mean dipping in the hole is generous. It was it was not that. No,
you're
that
not
one,
talking about that one.
No, that one that came in, got down eye level, floated through,
yeah,
and
that
then
one right out.
Yeah, like it was a heck of a shot.
Yeah,
and like stone dead. And I was like,
you liking your 20?
I love it.
Yeah,
yeah,
good.
I don't have any regrets.
Yeah,
going away from it
because this is your 20 now, right?
Yeah.
So last year it wasn't yours, right?
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets. Yeah, I did shoot one up there. Also on the same.
Yeah, he did shoot one. It was leaving and
stone cold. It was one of those that they just kept circling and circling and circling. I looked at Tyler. I said, if they do it one more time, we have to shoot.
Yeah.
They did it one more time, and he left me out there by myself pulling the trigger.
But I said, I told you what I was going to do.
Well, I was like, it's one drake and one hen. He'll kill the drake. I'm not going to shoot the hen. So
yeah,
he smoked it. He smoked it.
It fell for a while.
It did. It did. I mean, Ruby's had some good marks this year.
Yeah,
some really good retrieves. Couple of like in the thick cover or through a bunch of trash in the water and fight her way through it. So I was proud of her for that. She's made several of those. The other morning though, she was chasing cripple, and all of a sudden she was just like, "Oh, that's it. I've had it. I can't get it." And she turned around and come back.
Oh yeah, she came. She came back to the stand and sat beside me.
I mean, that duck was lively. He was gaining. He was gaining ground on her and just pulling off and leaving her. And finally, I mean, she chased him for a while, but she was just like, "I can't catch him."
Yeah, no swimming. No, that's hard. I watched a bunch of geese swim, not from Owen. I didn't send Owen on any cripples. I figured out really quick he wasn't going to be able to catch those because the other dog wasn't catching them. But we did have one speck that I think might have been the only bird that we killed that evening. We knocked it down. I sent Owen on it, and it was wounded. And so I was like, this is going to be cool because he's gotten to where he really likes to hit the wounded ones. And he gets almost to it, and it picks up and starts flying. And I was like, oh, shoot. We've never had this happen before. But it's flying low and getting away. And I'm like, I wonder if he's going to keep going. He kept 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 going. It finally crashed. He keeps going. He keeps going. He keeps going. It gets up like trying to get on the water, and he hit that dude. And I was like, whew, because all I could see was like, I'm about to have to run.
Right.
And like figure out how
keep following this.
Yeah, because he's going to keep following it because it was like it won't get up high enough to discourage him. It's staying low enough to where he's like, I can get to it. He got it, but I mean, I don't know how far away he freaking was. He was like, I haven't done the yardage on it, but he was from the blind in the middle, in the farthest absolute corner of the field before it got dry is where he was at when he got it, and then he brought it back. And the picture that Courtney took of Owen bringing that goose back that was still alive, it was that one. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it was a long freaking way.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a long freaking way. But he hasn't had to do, like what you talked about, Ruby going through the trash. He really hasn't had to do that but a couple times, and that was during the first split because we haven't hunted much environment like that, you know?
Yeah, that's one thing I'm curious about with her is like she's good in the woods because that's all she knows.
Oh, but she would be fine where she could.
I think if she can see something out there, but the other issue is she's not going to want to be hid like underneath the pit blind lid because she can't see because she's used to sitting on the edge of the hole looking. So
Owen sticks his head up.
Well, she's going to
almost up out of it, but he did have to use his nose the other day. It was a day, you know, like it had been slow, like the time when we were turning in goose eggs. And I think I had the last pick and picked a place that I was comfortable with. And we had 2 ducks come in first light, like right at shooting time. And I was like, boys, this might be our only opportunity. They give us a chance. We're shooting. And they gave us a good chance. Like they were well in the decoys. Not shoot them. Came out, bloop, 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 bloop. One falls. I was like, thank God one of them fell. and I'm watching the other one, and I realized the other one's a drake, but the first one looked like it fell stone dead. So I'm watching the drake, and he looks like he's hurt. And I'm watching him, and we watch him. He circles all the way over the field. He's just kind of like, we're watching forever, it feels like. Like, okay, well, he's finally gone. And I send Owen, and I'm like, I don't see exactly where the bird's at, but I'm like, I think he's right there. And I send Owen out there, and he's like standing where I think the bird's at. And he turned, you know, like I whistle, and he's looking at me like, you know,
nothing here.
There's nothing here, homie. Like, what are you sending me out here for? And I was like, I think I see it over there. So I send him over, and he goes over there, and he looks back again like, there's nothing here. And I was like, I let him run around. I cast him, and he's doing everything right. And I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I got to get out. I got to go help him because I can't see. It's really shallow.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to go help him. So I get out there, and I'm walking in the field too, and I'm like, it ain't here. It's not here. Like, how could it? I'm like, okay, where could it have gone? Like, there's no way it's made it to the other side of the levee. Like, it's got to be on our levee, which is a bunch of rice stubble. So I'm like, it's probably in the stuff. So I take him down a little bit farther, and he gets in it, and I'm like, all right, find it. And we're just walking down, and I'm just signaling, find it, find it, find it. And his body language changes when he hits
on that scent.
When he gets on that scent, it's like he's happy and excited, and then all of a sudden everything tenses up, and that tail gets to quivering and like goes up, and like the tip of it quivers, and he's like, you know, everything in his body just is like, it's like, oh, I've got it, and like he's just digging in this rice, and he's right here next to me, and I'm like, it's got to be close. He finds this duck within 2 feet of my foot.
Huh.
Like, and you never seen it?
And no, God, no. It was like it was like his whole head and shoulders disappear under the rice, and this duck comes out, and that was when she screwed up. It's when she came out in the open, and he just pounced on her, and I was just like, dude, I'm so proud of my dog, like, you know, because I'm like, I wouldn't. He was right there. I couldn't find that duck. You know, there's no way I find her, especially being brown. You know, and it was, you know, stuff like that. Like, is the hardest cover stuff that he's had to deal with. That
I've noticed probably right after the second split we got into a pretty good shoot, and ducks fell into some thicker like smart weed and just all that trash back there.
That's hard.
Ruby got in there after one, and like she found it, but I had to handle her to it. Like I could see down and see it out there, so I had to handle her to it. And then after that, like I noticed like she would start kind of getting downwind of them and figured out like, I can use my nose and find them. So now then if she can't find it real quick, she's got to where she'll just swim downwind of them and then like, I'm on it now.
Yeah.
But it was cool watching just that little bit of like, that's how you use the wind.
That's how you do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one thing that Q-Tip said he's been doing with Max a lot is just if he's having trouble, just cast him downwind.
Yeah.
He's like, I feel like an idiot. I haven't been doing this for so long.
Yeah, and that's what I was like, I need to take one of my freezer birds, take it out there in that tall grass, throw it, and then get her and be like, all right, find it, and just let her try to hunt it up in some thick sage or something. Because one of the places we hunt's real manicured out, a lot of nice, pretty open holes, and then this other place is like we're hunting like late season holes that's just nasty and grown up, and just you gotta, as little as she is, she can't see them. I've even started putting her stand up higher to where she can see the splash a little bit easier on them and stuff like that, and it's helped so far. I mean, I think we lost one the other day, but I seen it swim into a log pile. And I'm pretty sure when it swam in the log pile, it swam under it and never came back up because she got up in the log pile and just kept circling the log pile, and I never seen it come out.
There, yeah.
And we kicked on the log, or I did. I kicked on the log pile and jumped and everything else, thinking, I'll spook it out. And I think it just shoved up under there and drowned. We couldn't get to it.
Probably right.
But we got into them real good one day, and before shooting light, it was that waterfall into the hole. And they were landing like all around us, and I got to hearing something popping. I was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Can't be wings." I had her leashed in because when they started, I just reached down and clipped her in because I was like, "I'm not risking her breaking on this."
Yeah.
And it was her snapping at ducks as they were passing the stand on her. Because I mean, literally, like from you to me, from her, they were landing on the water, and she was just popping her jaws at them, trying to catch them.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious because it was probably,
Oh my God.
3 or 4 minutes, maybe more than that before shooting light. Like it was a bunch. Once they started, they just kept gathering.
It's one of those special show mornings.
Yeah. Like I feel like we get like one a year of them if we're lucky, and I was like,
I went a lot of years without getting them.
Oh yeah, it's only
that.
been the last few years that we've started we've got them. Don't mistake that for
The regular hunter.
Yeah,
Once a lifetime.
Yeah, no.
We feel for the people watching the river levels right now. Like, that
for
was
sure.
not this long ago.
Yeah,
No.
that's yeah.
No, for sure. You go back and listen to early episodes of this. It was us complaining about it for sure.
2 feet at Desark, like
Is it really?
Yeah.
that
Dude.
I was
last
like
week
10
or
at
whatever,
Clarendon.
Whenever
Well, I
that
can
was.
tell you on the St. Francis down there, you can walk across it. It's lower right now than it was during the summer.
Yeah.
So
I believe it.
It's crazy. But yeah, I was hearing that popping, and I was like, "That's wings hitting each other?" And I was like, "No." I leaned over around the tree because we're on a big tree, and I'm backed up on the backside of the tree just watching everything. And I look over, and it's her just like bouncing from one side of the stand to the other, just popping her jaws at them. I'm like,
gosh.
sit. So she pops down, watch them for a minute, and then I watch her. She was stiffing back up. She goes popping again, and I got tickled. I forgot to tell y'all about it that morning, but man, it was
They were everywhere.
it was hilarious. Just like, that's new.
So, I'm going to say this is going to be my last Owen story, but it may not be. So
It's hard to not
Eric
keep
and
telling
them
them.
on their last hunt. We went to the fish ponds, and we ended up doing really good. We killed like
goose
15.
hole.
We killed like 15. No, it's a different one.
Different fish ponds.
Yeah, it's a different one. We killed like 15 that day. And we killed, let's say, first off, we shot this teal. And I think it had armor because we shot it, and then we shot it, and we shot it, and we shot it, and we shot it. And it was still alive. And it swam to the other side of the bank. And it was still early. So I was like, it ain't going nowhere. I'm not going after that bird right now. Like, we're going to stay here and we're going to shoot stuff. Mm-hmm. So we stayed and we shot stuff. And we had a group of spoonies come in and we shot stuff. And one of them sailed on the other, like towards the other fish pond. And I was like, we'll find you later too. I was like, we're going to stay here and we're going to shoot stuff. And we shot stuff and we shot stuff. And we had a group of specks come over and I got on them. And we'd already killed a snow. And I get one speck to come over, and I don't think that they'd killed a speck yet. And I called the shot, and they raised up, and they killed or knocked one down. And he was wounded. He fell behind us in the other one. So I run down, and by the time I get down there to it, I haven't sent Owen on it. He's with me, but I haven't sent him on it because it's wounded and it's swimming. And I shoot 3 times at it. I had my 20. No, I didn't. I was actually using one of their guns. They had a Beretta A400 they were letting me use because I was interested in it. Shot at it way out there, couldn't kill it, and it's staying like on the edge. And I'm like, oh, you just stay right there on that edge. So me and Owen, we run around the fish pond to get on the levee or the other one. And so now I'm like, okay, I'm going to stay on the opposite side to where it can't see me because it can't see up and over it. If it tries to go over, I'm going to see it. It's like the grass is too low. So I'm sneaking down there, but the wind is blowing from my right to left, and the group is over here. The blind is over here on the left, so I can't hear them at all. So I get up to where I think it's at, and they're apparently hollering, he's farther down. He's farther down. I can't hear it because wind's blowing like 20 to 25. And like finally, I see it come up and on top of the levee, and Owen sees it, and I'm like, "You screwed up, Owen." You and I always watch our dogs running straight away from us. Pretty much, we don't get the horizontal view of how fast they're actually going. He plows into this goose. He brings it back, and I'm just, I'm happy about it. And I get over there, and they are just laughing their heads off. I'm like, what are y'all laughing about? Like, dude, your dog was flying after that goose. And I was like, was he? They're like, they just like, we didn't realize how fast he was going until we got to watch it from this angle. Yeah. And I was like, I've never thought of that. They were like, dude, he was getting it. And I was like, dang, now I kind of wish you would have videoed it because I'd like to see what it would look like. I don't get to see that view ever. So that's the new goal. Is like, I want to see him running sideways after something. And it was dry ground too when he was running after it. So he was, full bore getting it after this goose. But they were a really fun group. Eric's daughter, Abby, actually trains dogs to bear hunt. To bear hunt black bears. So she's showing like videos on her phone. She's like from here to the door from a active live black bear that they're not going to shoot. They're just training the dogs. And she's just videoing it. And I'm like, no, you're not. She's like, oh yeah, here, look. And she's like, got multiple videos like this. And I'm like, I don't know how to talk to you. It's like one of those things like,
oh, and look at this. Look how good you have it.
Yeah. Look what you could be chasing.
Right.
You could be chasing bears, and we're just chasing geese and ducks. But they were a really, really fun group. All of my groups have been really, really fun, honestly, and every one of them has had their own special like memory to it. It's really cool. And it's just because I haven't had many groups. 10 years from now, if I'm still guiding, it'll all probably run together, maybe. But right now,
I'm glad they've all been good.
They've all been good. I haven't had any that are telling me what to do, which,
it's coming.
It's coming. But it's one of the things that I did realize. I had one group, and it might have been them that said, somebody said, I was talking to them on the phone because they always get in touch with them the day before, and they said, man, we can't wait to hunt with a world champion duck caller. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, oh, yeah. I talked through it. And I'm like, I get off the phone. I'm like, how did they know that? Like, I didn't tell that. I don't ever broadcast it. Like, I never tell people that.
You mean Dustin ain't advertising that?
Because, I never tell anybody because I'm like, if I tell you I'm a world champion duck caller and I can't make any ducks come in, I look like a complete idiot.
Yeah.
And then the next day I was talking with them and I was like, how'd y'all know I was a world champion? They said, well, it's on the website. And I was like, oh, crap. But all the people that have said it and talked about it, I did realize, like, are you really going to tell a world champion how to blow a duck call? Are you really going to tell me how to do that? I was like, yeah, it might be helping me out.
It might be.
Now, the Wisconsin crew, what I did tell them that. I was joking with them on the second day. And after that, I started getting it. It was like, we didn't get the ducks coming. Like, yeah, some world champion you are.
Show them your ring. Show them the ring.
I've used that too. I'm like, listen, I've showed them the ring. I've done everything I can. The ducks just aren't listening. I don't know what else to do.
They obviously did not have an ear for it.
They'd be horrible judges.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. They'd be terrible judges, man. Terrible judges. But yeah, I mean, I've got more stories. I don't. They just come up as they. Oh, one more. Sorry. And this is a goose thing that I've realized is.
Remember when he hated geese?
I know. I still do. They still piss me off. So I had a group of 4, and I've realized, like, when you get quiet on these geese, they think something's wrong. And somebody told me like, well, yeah, I mean, when geese get quiet in a group, something's wrong. They're alert to something. I was like, oh, that makes sense. So I'm on these 4 geese and I'm getting after it. And I think they're close enough. I call a shot. They raise up, they shoot. They don't kill any. I'm like, okay, well, crap. I guess I got to get them closer. Maybe they weren't close enough. But in my head, I'm like, I felt like they were 30, 35 straight on top. Like I felt like that was a good shot. And we didn't kill any. So like, okay, well, the next time I'm going to try to get them closer. So the next group of geese comes in and I'm calling and calling and calling. And when I say I'm calling, it is like nonstop. The only time I stop is when I go for the next breath. I mean, it's like I'm sucking as much air as I can to blow as much air at these geese as I can. And I get one broke down and I land that dude in the decoys. So when he lands the decoys, I throw the lids down, shoot him. And I throw the lids down, they go up. Now, where is he? Decoys. I've got no air, and I'm trying to say where this bird is, and they're like, where are the decoys? I'm like, it's the one that's not a decoy. Because I'm like panicking because we hadn't been killing anything. I'm like, shoot him. Please, God, shoot him. And then he sticks his wings out and just flaps and tucks them back. I'm like, and they go, oh, there he is. And I'm like, y'all are not as urgent as I need you to be. And they finally shoot this goose. And I'm like, okay. It's like, and I unhook Owen. He's looking at me and he's looking out there like, bro, you gonna be all right? Like,
do I need to go or do I need to stay with you?
Do I need to go get the truck?
I can't talk like I'm a horse because I've used every ounce of oxygen in my body to get this goose in. And this was the same day as those 2 mallards. So like we'd killed a mallard, the one that Owen had to find in the grass, and then we'd killed a pintail. And I was like, we're having a great day. And then we killed a speck. And I'm like, okay, it's a great day, but I'm like, I can't breathe right now. And I think that's all we ended up with. But I'm never going to forget that and how much I worked to get this one speck that had 0 bars on its chest in the decoys to kill it. And I was just like, dude, I felt like I'd won a trophy when I got that goose to land. But if it wouldn't have died, I'd have probably given up. I'd have probably gave up.
They just let it get out.
Yeah.
He said, it's the one that's not a decoy.
I did. I'm pretty sure I said that. Like, it's the one that's not a decoy. Please
Like,
shoot
well,
it.
no kidding, but which one's that?
Good decoys.
To their credit, he was in a little like family group of 4 from like their side, like, and he was right on the backside of it. So I'm sure he was hard to see, but from my angle, he was standing all by himself out there. I was like, God, you please shoot it, please.
So have you noticed that you're having to stay on the birds more this year? In my opinion, I feel like we are.
Yes, yes, and I've gotten to where I wear a mask every time I hunt now.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm having to stay on them so much that even when they get to that 40 yards and I'm trying to get them as close as possible, because that's I tell all my groups, like, hey, we're going to try to get them as close as possible. But if I realize in the first group or 2 that they're not going to do it, then we're going to stretch it to the 35, 40 instead of the 25 or 30, like where you want them to be. So I'm like, we'll stretch it out if we have to. But I don't want to. But yes, I've had to stay, geese especially. Like it's like you don't let up on the noise. And then the ducks are very, very similar. Yeah. Like this, even this weekend with Chris, when we had ducks, it was like if you kind of eased up on them, it's like they know when it starts getting quiet, something's wrong. So
I've quacked more ducks to the water this year. Just soft quack, quack.
Yeah,
quack, quack.
I have hit them with on the corner, like close corners, like when they turn and they're kind of looking like you're like they could drop in right here as they're coming back. I've hit them with that to actually get them to lower and put the feet down, and that stuff I haven't really done as much in the past, but I've had to this year.
Yeah, because it seems like when they get to the point, you're like, all right, they are to be starting to set up or get quiet on them and not say anything. Just let them finish out. They'll just like coast by, and you're like. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all supposed to just put the brakes on.
Get a lot of that coast by. Exactly like
that.
But
it is like that. It seems like when it gets quiet, they're like, oh, danger.
Yeah. So like, let's take another look.
Yeah.
So that's what, I mean, pretty much anymore, unless we do that and then they don't. But it's normally
it's happened more than not.
Yeah, they're the oddballs out if they don't want to be quacked to the water this year, it seems like.
Yeah.
From what I've experienced anyway.
I've had that, and then I've had the don't make a freaking sound. Like those are the two. Not the typical, like what I was saying, like when they're starting to come in, you give them a little bit, and they'll follow, keep tracking to you. I haven't done that as much. It's either like I'm quiet and they start coming and they start circling. I'm like, nope, not gonna make a sound. You were coming as you wanted, and I'm not gonna fool with you. And I've killed some like that, and then it's been the other way to where it's like you got to stay on them the whole freaking time. But I like I said, when I have to make a lot of noise, especially with the geese too, like I've gotten to where I've figured out how to tuck in the blind in a way to where I can see good, but they shouldn't be able to see me. And I keep the face mask on now, like all the time. I've been wearing a face mask most of the year. I used to wear one all the time, so it's kind of like nostalgic to have it back on. But yeah, I don't even wear a hat in those blinds anymore either. So I get there with
just
my hat
because you got your face pressed up
it's
against the edge so tight.
Where I sit, the way I've figured it out is like the dog is on his elevated spot. So I sit on the edge of that to where I'm facing my client
down the edge.
And when I first started doing it with the hat on, when I would turn, my hat was hitting like the rails. So I had to take the hat off and just keep the face mask on, so I'm not hitting anything, but my face is still concealed. So that's been what I've had to do to stay concealed but still be able to see, and it's a whole
I just started
learning
picturing
process.
in my mind the sun starting to come up where your clients can barely start seeing, and you're just staring a hole right down.
Yeah, absolutely. And
All you see is eyes.
and let me tell you what the last thing that I want right now is a wind straight at my back. No, don't give me that ever. I don't ever want these birds coming straight at me. I cannot make it work where I'm at. I can't make it work at all. It has to be almost 90 degrees sideways to me, if it's 90 degrees or whatever. Like it has to be sideways or just catty cornered a little
Cattied
bit. Like
off of it, yeah.
That's the only way for them to really feel comfortable getting in. For me, the way I've been working birds, that's the only way I've been able to get them in to where I can shoot them. And that, yes, there have been a lot of shots floating right on top. That's one of the reasons I hate the specs and I hate the pintails. Is like they like to float right over the top of the blind, and it's like they're just like looking
Picking it
into your
apart.
soul.
Yeah.
You know, it's like they know where the sound is coming from, and they're trying to figure out like it's coming from right there, but I can't quite figure out what it is. And yeah, that's
y'all stack
annoying
spec decoys around the
Yeah.
pit. I was going to say, when we used to hunt a bunch of them out of A-frames, we tuck a few of them right up next to it because that's that freaking hovering right over top of you, man. It just drives me up to wall. That's the ones where you just want to pull up. Just,
we did the college guys. It was probably been their first day. So we were hunting one of the fields, and next to it was a dry field and with a goose spread. There was one of our groups was hunting over there, and they were killing a few geese, and we weren't doing great on ducks. We'd killed one. I think we'd killed one, and they're working this one goose, and we hear boom, 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 and the goose flies off, and they keep calling, and he comes back. He comes back to him like, "Oh, boys, watch this! They about to get him now." Bloop, 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 and they miss. And he comes straight at us. And I'm like, y'all better get ready. So I start calling, blah, blah, it's a snow goose, blah, blah. And I'm calling at him. He's coming straight at us. And I'm like, oh, please, God, let us kill this bird. And he comes, I kid you not, like 15, 20 yards off my corner. And I'm like, get him. And I throw it back and they poof that sucker. And I'm just dying laughing. Next thing I know, my phone rings from the guide over there. He's like, did y'all get him? I was like, well, yeah, we got him. Of course.
We
It only
shot,
took
didn't
us
we?
one shot, yeah. They shot at him twice. And then he came over to us. I was like, dude, that was the dumbest goose. It was a Ross, apparently.
Yeah.
They're stupid. But I was like, thanks for not shooting it, sending it our way, because we were sick of
needed
watching
it.
y'all shoot stuff. Yeah. Yep. But that was cool. Matt's ready to go.
No,
He's
I'm
just
fine.
eyeing- Yeah, you are. It's 11 o'clock.
I mean, I'm not going home at this point. I'm going
Yeah.
straight to where we're going in the morning, so I'm good.
Well, before we go,
I'm not in a hurry.
I don't. Is this going to come out before duck season's over?
I almost feel like we need to go back-to-back weeks just to keep it fresh.
Okay, that's fine. So let's
Sure.
predictions for the last couple of weeks. What do you think's going to happen? What do you hope's going to happen?
I was going to tell one more cool thing that I've gotten to do.
go ahead.
Do that too.
Q-Tip from Migra came into camp, and it was Q-Tip, Ben, and then myself. We went out and just took 28 gauges one day.
Oh, nice.
And Q-Tip came out of his truck with a cardboard box with a Migra, like cardboard shell box, had the Migra duck on the front, but it was just Sharpied on the top, like their prototype shells. It's what Ramsey Russell's been shooting all season. It was 28 gauge, TSS 5.
Oh, shoot.
Does he want you to tell all this? What it is?
Ramsey's been shooting it.
Has he been
Posting
telling
it.
what it is?
Yeah, he's been posting.
All right, never mind. Sorry.
We'll verify before this comes out.
Well, they won't hear that part.
I
It'll just
know.
be beep.
So anyway, I was shooting this Migra prototype. First time I shot a 28 gauge. I was borrowing Tyler's because he couldn't make the hunt, and shot a couple greenheads with it. So that was really
It's
cool.
when Marissa was out of town. I had Briar.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
She couldn't handle 2 days in a row.
No, I get that. Yeah.
But yeah,
You liked it? You going to buy a 28 gauge now?
if it was on sale, maybe. I mean, I'm not going to go out and buy one. I'm enjoying my 20, but it was cool to borrow and shoot with a little gun.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna need some 12 gauge Migras for next year because I don't have 12 gauge Migras, and I've been shooting the 12 in those fields with a different brand. And
I think I have
it's
a box
not working.
in the garage. I'll bring you.
Yeah, bring it to me. I would definitely use it.
Now you got me freaked out that I told something I wasn't supposed to.
I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you got time. So predictions.
I mean, it's the last 2 weeks season. It always gets good.
I
what
hope
makes-
it gets
man.
good.
It's
Don't
what-
say that.
It's what makes you go back for the first 2 splits and wear yourself out.
So before this last hunt, I would have said yes. 100%. These last 2 weeks are gonna be lights out
You
for,
came
for
into
the guys that's got water. But
Yeah.
after what we had seen, and then what the last hunt was, and the amount of ducks we seen actually in the air, I was like,
I'm so
That's
tired. I have to
scared-
go
that
into it
scares me.
positive.
it scares me a little. But I'm hoping it was just somebody flooded up a new field and it just sucked birds over to the new field and they're going to ease back.
Yeah.
That's what I hope. But seeing the black ducks makes me really hopeful that we're gonna shoot a freaking black duck.
You've had too many encounters to not.
If I have to go through a whole nother summer and not see one, not see one on a strap and not get to like put my hands on it, I'm gonna be a little irritable.
We haven't shot an oddball really in the woods.
No,
this
we
year.
haven't shot. This will be the first year if we don't finish out that we haven't shot a pintail in the woods
Widgeon.
or widgeon, because that's our MO. Every year we shoot a pintail and a widgeon. So I would trade that for a freaking black duck.
Oh yeah, freaking black duck. I think it's going to be good.
I hope
want
it
to
is.
be good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna will it to be good.
Yeah, might
There
as
you
well.
go. There you
Forrest wanted to be positive starting this year.
Should
so
be.
Let's keep,
Should be
let's
positive.
Keep with it.
What do you think?
I'm very hopeful. I'm very hopeful. I feel like if we can get less north winds and more south winds, I think we're going to do better. Personally, there has been a small uptick the last 2 days at the guide service. Following the group chat, they're not killing a lot, but it has been an uptick. Like there were no goose eggs, I don't think, in the last 2 days. I think somebody shot 20 today. One group, I think, had a 20 bird day. That was the same group that killed the banded pintail. If there's anything that's going to happen the rest of this duck season, I would really like Owen to pick up a band. Like that's the one thing that I would really like to see happen. I don't even have to kill it. Like I could care less if I kill it. I just want to see him pick one up. Like I want him to bring one back. That I can get a picture of him bringing a band back. You know. Mm-hmm. But we've got that. My boys are going to get to experience DeWitt
That's awesome.
next Monday.
That's
gonna
awesome.
That's going to be really cool. It's going to be a little cold, so I'm taking the buddy heater. But if I had to say that I'm excited about any hunts, it's that one, and then the last day of season, we're doing another father-son hunt. Me, Zach, and Corey did,
That'll be
and
fun.
we're going to DLW last day of season, and the goal is to get a spec for Zach and Corey. Like that's that and pintails. Like that's the two things I'm looking for. Hopeful that it can happen, but we'll see. Since it's there'll be clients getting ran that day too. We're going to have last pick, so we may not get a good field or anything like that, but we're going to have fun. There's no shortage of fun when we get out there. But yeah, as far as birds, I'm very hopeful it'll be better. Very hopeful the last 2 weeks will be better.
It should. I mean, I don't-
Now for public,
historically, it has been.
for you
Right.
public guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just a sucky year for public. And I mean, unless there's probably some that are killing them.
Yeah.
But I mean, when
that guy on the horse.
dude, when it's 77 degrees on Christmas and the White River's at 10 foot,
Yeah.
I mean, you do math and you can understand, well, there ain't going to be no ducks.
Man, If you would have told me at the beginning of the season that it was gonna turn out as dry and as mild as it's been, I would have.
That's
thought you were a
something
liar.
that there have not been a lot of people talk about. So it was really cold the first couple weeks of December, like unseasonably cold. Like we had the cold fronts, and that's the time of year that you want the cold fronts. But what you also got to understand, there's no water,
Yeah.
and they get shot at once, they're leaving. So I think whatever was in the state for a few days then moved out as soon as they got shot because there wasn't anything. And then after that, we've had no cold fronts and no water. So no reason for any birds to push in. So that's why you see.
What have we been saying? We're hunting the same bird since Thanksgiving, it feels like.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I mean, it may not be the same bird since Thanksgiving, but it may be the same bird since,
December 9th.
December 9th or whatever,
Yeah.
2 weeks after, a week after. But yeah, I think I would be very interested in what happens for y'all if y'all get a big south wind. I'd like to know. That's what I want. I want south winds.
I got a big rip in my waders. That sucked.
What'd you do?
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Ripped it on a boat. Screw hanging out underneath one of the cleats.
Yeah.
Stick a warranty to that?
I'll find out. They have them.
I'm sending mine in this year. The last hunt that I was on, my left knee felt like it was colder than my right knee. Now, it wasn't like when I got out, it wasn't super wet or anything, but I was like,
Just enough.
I could tell that it was colder, you know. So I babied it, like I, put it on cypress need where I have it up a little higher or whatever, But yeah, they're gonna get sent back this year just to see.
Yeah, so I'll let you know.
I'll tell that story before we get off here.
Do it.
So he rips it at the boathouse, putting stuff in the boat. And I'm like, did you just do that? And he's like, yeah, I just did it. And I mean, like, you stick your finger in it. And so we get to where
Before
we're
the
going.
hunt.
Yeah. Like, he hadn't even gotten in the water yet. Like,
No,
Where
like-
is it?
it's
Above
above,
the
the knee.
Above the knee? Okay.
So we get there, and I'm like, hey, let's pull the boat over close to where we're going to be standing. It's shallow enough there. Like, I waded over. I'm like, yeah, you're shin deep there. You'll be fine. Like, don't get away from the tree.
Yeah.
But we go in early, so we set all the decoys and everything out. And Matt's just standing by his tree, because he can't get out and help us. I guess he could have sat in the boat and unstrung stuff, but I didn't think about that. So I'm just laughing at him all morning. And we go to kicking water at ducks, and he's like, "Whoop, not that leg, not that leg." So we got our ducks, and we hang them on a tree, and they're like, "Oh, let's hang on this tree." And Matt's like, "Well, it's got to be close enough I can take a picture from here because I can't.
They're like,
I
let's
can't
to
go
that tree.
anywhere."
I'm like, well, you have that one, and I don't have a long enough lens to go anywhere else.
You got
Yeah.
fewer options.
So it was.
We
it was
dropped
funny.
a big group. I don't know if it was a big group. Multiple ducks went down, and a couple of them were crippled. So Tyler and Ruby started going after one, and I just instinct take a couple steps to go finish off a cripple. And right before I hit that hole, I remembered it. I'm like, nope,
Never mind.
back to the tree.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny,
yeah.
but we ended up getting our birds that day, and it took a little bit longer. That day they tried to work the hole backwards. Like they didn't want to come in and hit the hole. They wanted to come in through a little bitty opening behind us and like sweep right over the top of our heads in the
Light
hole.
wind?
I don't remember.
Not hardly any wind at all.
Yeah.
Like it was supposed to be pretty good wind, and it was just light.
Wasn't there?
But the other day we had decent wind, and they still came in just weird.
I've hunted
Late season
a
duck.
lot of wind in them freaking rice fields, but dude, when you don't have wind out there, gosh, it sucks.
Oh, I
It's
bet.
awful.
I bet it does.
No decoys are moving. There's no ripples. Everything just looks just dead.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Terrible. And the other thing that I've learned, rice fields get everything dirty.
Everything.
I'm talking about my stuff.
Like duck's feet, and that's why
Is
they're
my stuff is getting put to the test this year. Like I thought I was hard on my gear up until this year, and now it's like, bro, I get why guys that guide all year in fields and stuff complain about their stuff not working, because it doesn't take much for it to not
It's
work.
everywhere.
I mean, I'm talking about I can tell my zippers can handle some things and they can't handle other things. So yeah. But I will say I'm running all Sitka stuff, I think, and everything is still functioning. It's working great. I got zero complaints about it. I do want to upgrade a few things. There's a few things I wanted to get different for next year.
Oh, yeah?
For sure. Yeah. I want some different. I don't have any gloves. I need to get some gloves. I want a fully waterproof bag. I've been using the Timber Pack, which is fine, but when Owen's coming in and out and he's slinging water on top of everything, everything gets muddy and it gets wet.
Yeah.
So I want a fully waterproof bag.
I love that journey bag that I have, the Dr. Delk.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
With all the shelves and compartments. You've been liking yours that you have.
He's got the White Hog one
I've
over
got
here.
the
I was
White
looking at
Hog
it.
one. We'll get with Kyle and get us some of those.
Yeah.
But I've been running that one since the first split, and I like it. I almost think I like it better than my Sitka Timber bag.
Yeah.
So I've got some add-ons here and there, because I carry extra everything.
Yeah, you got about 14 hooks over here, tree hooks over here.
Yeah.
Like you could climb a tree with all those tree hooks.
Yeah, I carry extra tree hooks because it never fails.
Everybody needs one.
Everybody
No.
needs one.
We don't need those where I'm at.
Yeah, yeah.
You need magnets.
Yes, we do.
Y'all need some. That's what you need. Some strong magnets.
Yep.
Yeah.
For guns, because guns are constantly sliding. It
Oh, I
irritates me to death. Yeah, it irritates me.
I bet so.
Do you give the speech before every hunt? Do you give a safety
Yeah,
speech?
yeah, I
and
give a
everything?
safety speech. I don't think I've had to. I don't think there's anybody that I've had to get on to. One person shot early, and
Like before you called the shot?
yeah, and they immediately regretted it. Like I just had to say, just wait till I call the shot. We still ended up killing that bird, but it was like, just wait. It's like, I know, I'm sorry, I got excited. I'm like, you're fine.
I'm nervous.
Like you could tell that there was some remorse there.
They were like, "Oh,
Yeah, but there hasn't been anybody that I've like had to butt heads with.
Yeah.
Nothing like that yet, thank God. Yeah, I don't know what else, man. This is if I hunt the rest of the days that I have lined up, I think I'm going to hit 31. I've never hit.
That's pretty good.
29 is the most I've ever done.
Where are you at right now? Do you know?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
Well, look, it's right there.
Dude, it takes me a minute because there's so I'm counting days. I'm not
You're
counting
not counting hunts?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
You want me to tell you how many hunts I've got? It's a different
Yeah.
story.
yeah." So while you're looking it up, you were talking about Owen, earlier, and worrying about him getting shot in the blind. So whenever we went to what's the name of that River Chase
River Lodge.
River Lodge, on the deal you sign, if you shoot a dog, it's $25,000
Minimum.
Yeah, they're like, you would be cheaper to shoot somebody than to shoot a dog. They're like, the price tag as soon as you pull the trigger and hit a dog is $25,000.
You said River Chase. It made me think of something. If anybody has kids that's watched Paw Patrol, I was down in Mariana where we were hunting the night before we took Connor Ribble out, and I opened my back door and this little bitty Chase toy, when Chase is on the case from Paw
Yeah.
Patrol, fell out, and I'm like, "Oh, crew left this in my truck. I'm gonna put it on my lanyard."
Oh yeah, that was out there. Yeah.
So I put it on my lanyard, and then that next morning, Connor shot the band, and we saw the black duck. I'm like,
Nice.
Chase is on the case. He's staying on my lanyard the rest of the
There
year.
you go. I was surprised crew ain't been like, where'd Chase?
So
Oh, he has like
I've,
4.
I've hunted 21 days
Nice.
and 31 hunts.
Sweet.
31 hunts.
Hunted
And
more than me.
110 ducks, 91 geese. Now,
Awesome.
64 of those were out of one group on the geese. But
Yeah.
I will say this. So as far as duck harvests, I need 16 more to reach the same number as ducks as was harvested last year. So I need 16 more. Geese, even with the 64, it's the most geese I've ever seen killed in 1 year. And even with the 64, if you take that off, I've done better this year than what I did last year. So by the numbers, like if it ended right now, it would be better than last year. Now the average is different. Like if it ended right now, last year was a 4.54 birds per hunt. And right now, if you took the 65 off, it would be just a little bit lower than that, or 64 off. It'd be just a little bit lower than that. Because
Nice.
I've got a couple more hunts than I did last year.
Very
Awesome. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we'll reconvene, I guess, postseason.
Postseason.
probably so.
That's sad.
It is. It's coming in a
I
hurry.
don't want to end on a sad note.
Yeah. I got invited to go hunt Texas on the 20. Well, at that project we did. So he's like, we got the 22nd and the 25th. I was like, well, I don't know. What about the next week? He's like, goes out 25th, Texas. I was like, oh, well, guess we better try to figure out how to make that work.
That's your 40th birthday. You better go.
Oh, man. Yeah. 40. I feel
the black
it.
duck is coming. You need to be hunting on the 23rd. You killed a band. Your first band was on your birthday.
Yeah, day after.
Dude, you better be
day
hunting
after.
on the 23rd where one of those black ducks was.
Yeah.
You better be.
I'd love it. I would love it. If I killed it, I might be like, all right, that's the last hunt for me for the year.
Really?
I might do it. I might call it on a high note.
No, you love
Because then I'd be like,
that.
oh gosh, the rest of the time I'd be like, what's gonna happen?
What could go wrong? What's gonna go wrong?
What am I gonna break?
Get too nervous.
Dude,
Yeah,
I get like that too. I told Leah earlier, which I'm sorry, we're still going. It had gone really well a few days in a row. And she was like, this is great.
worrying.
You're learning about it. And I start getting anxious because I'm like, when's the rug going to get pulled out from under me? You know, like when is something about to happen, you know? And I 100% felt like that. And I still might, you know, my next group might be, which my next group is, no, so I got somebody before Greg. Greg Jumper is this weekend.
Oh, sweet.
Might be the worst group I ever have.
I guess it would be less stress on you because you're not really picking the spot you're going. You're drawing for it and just going, and you're kind of like, hey, what I get is what I get.
Kind of, but I will say this. I've realized that I'm an introvert whole boss. 100%. 100% an introvert whole boss.
Define, but give me the classification.
Of that. So I want to be the whole boss. Like that's what I want to do. I want to pick everything. And since I'm an introvert, I'm not going to speak up. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stay back and just let everything proceed. And since I'm the guide, I get to pick everything. I get to pick where all the decoys are. I get to pick when the shots are called. I get to be the one calling. I get to run the show because I'm appointed to do it. So that's another reason that I really like it.
He's the appointed whole boss.
I am the appointed whole boss, and I like that a whole lot more than having to step up and try to take that role from somebody else. I don't like doing that. I'm not going to do that. But when I'm appointed, it's like, oh yeah, I like this.
I didn't think about that aspect of it for you.
Oh yeah. I love that.
Yeah. I talked to Leah the other day and she's like, he loves it. And I was like, that just amazes me.
One of my favorite things about it, honestly. Like selfish wise, that's one of my favorite things about it.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm kind of curious how
exactly
the
right.
next couple of days are going to go because normally I'm the one that calls the shots and everything, and then with the group we're going to be with, I'm going to have to feel like I'm going to have to just let them do it.
Just let them do it.
Like I said, I'm not even taking a gun tomorrow.
Just let them do it.
I may just assume the role until they tell me otherwise. So, because I've gotten used to it at this point, so I like it.
All right. Good luck the rest of the season. We're going to have some better stories when we come back.
We're going hunting like right now.
Yeah, y'all are about to head to the woods. It's 11:30.
Lord.
I'm going to head to work with daycare kids while y'all are hunting. So please send me a good story. Like, please send me back a picture.
I hope
if you
there's a
shoot a
good
black
one.
duck, please send it. I mean, if you want to save it for a cool story, that's fine. That's fine. You can do that.
We'll just send you a picture and no explanation or anything. It'll just be a black duck.
And I've got to solve the riddle. Yeah. Okay. That'll work.
And then you'll have 2 weeks to solve the riddle.
You just send me a black picture, just blacked out. That's all you're going to send.
Just a black box. That's all you
Did
get.
they goose egg and get a skunk, or did they get a black duck? What happened here?
We'll never tell.
All right, y'all. Good luck. I hope you kill a bunch. I hope you have fun hunting.
Peace.